So when it comes to contact inviting, we have a formula for success, and it has a basic guideline. You can reword it how you want to, but you stick to the guideline. A couple of guideline principles is he who says the least to the most amount of people wins. Secondly, if you're on the phone really something more than 3 minutes, you may be on the phone too long. Alrighty. Thirdly, the principle behind is you don't want to be the salesman. And what you're doing is you want your next friend to be able to do the same thing you pretty much did for them. And so when you're going to call your family and friends up, whether it's been a long time or short time, and say, hey, best friend, or hey, Uncle John, or hey, Sue, or hey, neighbor, hey, coworker, friend of mine. Hey, I'm super excited about something. Did I catch you at a good time? That's the first question. Sure. What's up? Well, I got a question for you. What is it? What do you know about stem cells? And be quiet. And they're going to tell you what they know. Little to nothing, or sometimes something. And they say, why? Why you ask? Because I've got my hands on the most amazing technology, and it's changing lives. I thought about you, and it's a little sticker the size of a quarter that you can put anywhere in the body, and it actually turns on our dormant stem cells. Did you know we have dormant stem cells? You know, a stem cell can morph in any cell the brain tells it, bone, marrow, tissue, whatever, and they're all throughout our body, in our brain, our bones, our skin, wherever, all throughout the body. But guess what? By the time we're 30, half of them are asleep and dormant. Aging set in. By the time we're 60, they're almost all dormant. You know, well, this little sticker turns them on back naturally, using light in the body, and nothing goes in the body. And this is what it did for my friend, you know, so-and-so, my friend this and that, and it did this for somebody who, and I thought about you, you know, is this something you'd like to learn more about for you? Oh, really? Why is that? Boom. Well, listen, I've got a great Zoom that's going on tonight, or I'm doing a private Zoom. You could do a private Zoom, you know, myself or Chuck could do a Zoom for you and a handful of your friends, your family members, initially to get launched. And say, I've got a Zoom going on, and you want to do it within basically 48 to 72 hours. You want to make it real quick. And you want to invite them to that thing and say, I'm doing a private Zoom, and I've got a friend of mine who's going to share the story on what this is, you know, and I want to see if you'll join me, because I want to see if you see what I see. And they start asking questions. Hey, those are great questions. Please, you know, same for the Zoom, you know. So look forward to seeing the Zoom. Boom, click. You know, I'm gonna call our other two friends and this and that, and look forward to seeing the Zoom. So that, in short, it's a quick way to not have to be the answer man. You want to be excited. You do want to know, I've come across the technology, you know, that's changing lives around the world. We think it's probably the most prolific technology on the planet currently. And now we have access to bring it to our hope and our family and friends. And that's why I want you to take a look at this with me, because I want to see if you see what I see. So that's different than, I used to throw up on people when I first came in. Talk them out of it practically, because I was so excited. And I wasn't contacting and inviting them in a way that they could contact and invite their family and friends too, and then get their eyeballs on the Zoom. The Zoom's going to give them the ability to see the who, what, where, when, and why. That's beyond just the hope of the past to make them feel better, but see the whole thing and see the opportunity. You know, and because the reality is this opportunity has the ability not only to help them change their life with better health, but it literally has the opportunity to change their life with wealth. You know, all these folks in AdvoCare who came to this, they said, we didn't know is this easy to make money. That's they're all saying, what we took years to do, we're doing in months. You know, Carrie Robertson, I make dang good, she makes more than me. She never made that in AdvoCare. And so, Danny, the same thing where he's at right now, he's already passed what he did, you know, very short order of time. And so, and a lot of healing from the PTSD has been going on, because I've listened to a lot of them. I've got a lot of team down my right leg from AdvoCare. You know, thanks to Danny, thanks to someone I sponsored, then sponsored all these AdvoCare people. But going back to the basics here is the system we have of contacting, inviting, getting eyeballs on Zooms. And the goal is, you know, is to go manager by dinner, or, you know, by Monday, you know, we want to help you go manager and leverage your upline to get that done, you know, on that Zoom. Now I was talking to another SPD recently, and something that made them millions at another company that we're going to start doing. And I'll unpack that another time, but that's where it would be more on a single basis. You invite a friend to, as an appointment. On that appointment, you're going to show a quick 15, 18-minute video presentation, the same one you're gonna see that are usually 30 to 45 minute long, like I did last night, but on a short and condensed version. And then you bring in, at the very end, you bring in someone like myself or Chuck and edify them, they edify you, and then they make a connection with who your friend is that you brought in. And we build them up on how we're honored to meet with them, all the great things you said about them. And, you know, and isn't this the most amazing technology ever? And we're the only ones on the planet who've got it. You know, I'm sure you've already thought about people that they could change their life for, you know, but, you know, what'd you think? Is there any other questions I might be able to help you answer? And that upline comes in and helps tee it up and help bring them in. And there's a high closing ratio with that. And so that's another tool that I'm gonna start rolling out. And just FYI, because I want to help you quickly get to manager, right? And then I want to help you quickly help your people, help them get to manager so you can get to director. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
Yep.